So uh, I think the emails I hate getting the most are the ones that start off, we're really excited, because that always implies that I should just delete it because it's some company telling me how in their brand they're really excited that their mustard got named the number one mustard, whatever, and nobody cares.
Look,
But this time,
hold on. What
oh, go
was the
ahead, go ahead.
mustard though?
That
Was
was
this
made
a
up.
hypothetical or is this a real example?
That's hypothetical.
Oh,
I
okay.
do like mustard, but
We're bearing the lead here. Is the TLDR? I think.
yeah. So the thing here for us is this is, maybe you guys will be excited because this means we can tell you a date that we're going to be actually releasing the game that you'll be able to start playing. And again, we apologize for this little bit of wait. We wanted to coordinate it with some other people and make sure we were all good to go. And so we are excited to announce it'll be January 13th. It's a Thursday. It's not a Friday.
2022. That's important.
Yes.
2022.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
2022.
yeah, we wanted to make sure we only had to announce once. So we wanted to make sure nothing can stop us at this point. The path is clear. The runway is open. The grass is green. The field is wide open. I don't know what metaphors we're using here anymore, but the game's going to be out on January 13th, 2022.
And with that, soon you'll start seeing some streamers playing and everything else as we get up for that. And we continue our playtest. We actually had a bunch of playtesters in yesterday.
Yeah, 20
so
people.
It's going forward. It's in a really good shape. And some things about the release is I'll let Will list all of the platforms we're releasing on because I can never remember that. But I will say this is we are releasing it in kind of an early access format.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of the things we went back and forth with a lot because we want to be able to actively work on this with the community and not just simply react to bugs or stuff like that. We will meaningfully change the game based on the community. And so for us, this is episodic. So it's like, well, is that really early access? Because is the first episode of an HBO series episodic or is it early access?
Look, sometimes they change a lot between 1 and 3 is the thing. So like we're kind of in the same boat a little bit.
Yeah, and so then we decided that the language that I think most people in the gaming industry are comfortable with is preview mode on Xbox and early access on PC.
Yeah.
And so for us, that is what we want to do because we want to be able to have these conversations with people in the community, playing our game, getting real feedback and trying some things. And that's really important is we want to put content in early so that we can get feedback. So essentially beta content, and often what people do is make special beta servers to do that. But what that means is you only have the really hardcore playing it, not the kind of casual player. And we want to get everybody's feedback. And so to do that, we thought early access was the best format for that.
Exactly. I mean, we built three campaigns. They're each a little bit different. They have some different elements, and we want to kind of see what people like, what people don't like, because we are a small team, and we don't want to go forward and build a whole bunch of content and then put it out in the world and find out that everybody hates 2/3 of what we made. That would make us really sad. So, we're going to put this stuff out here. We want you to play it. We're really proud of the episodes we've built. We think they're representative of a final game, like realistically. Yes. But we also, it's the first time we've tried to do a live server. It's our first game. We're as a studio new at this, even though we're made up of a bunch of veterans, and we want to work with the community to make this thing together is the thing.
Yeah. So one of the things often when we ask, especially when friends play our game and they'll give us feedback, they'll give us very nice feedback. Then they'll be like, no. You don't know me. Yell at me. What are you mad at? What do you want to see change? So often the feedback is, well, your highs and your lows. And a question we often ask is, if you could magically change one thing about the game, what would you change?
Yeah.
Because that's where you often see what people really care about. And so that's where we're at. And that's where we want to give when we have playtesters come in. That's the kind of questions we ask and want to get that feedback. So if you're one of our playtesters coming up before launch, we really appreciate if you give us that honest feedback. And then once it's released, we don't think anything's off the table for feedback. If you say, hey, this animation's janky, we're going to look at it and go, hey, you know what? You're right. We should fix that animation. Yeah. So this isn't just about additional content post-release, but we're actually going to meaningfully update, change, fix bugs, make things better, add more weapons. I mean, I think early on already people, I joke, PUBG's got the AK-47 and the M16s in there. They're the same gun, but they're not. You kind of want the difference. You kind of want that flavor. And so, we have a lot of that kind of flavor adding. But before we start adding that, really want to see what people think of what's in there.
Well, and what we've built is a base that we can add a lot to. We can add more perks. We can add more weapons. We can add more enemies. We can add more worlds, like more story. There's all sorts of stuff to go. So,
wait, just to that point before you go on. So that is really an important point, though, actually, is this is a really weird early access, because we have things like we have weekly challenges. We have things like there's a meta progression, because we want to test those out as well so that you can give us feedback on those. So if you're like, man, it really sucks that I got to do these 3 things to get this,
let us know. Yeah.
Right. Or I may be like, hey, that's super cool that this is how I get to unlock all these different skins and stuff, and it doesn't cost me any money. I love this. That's good feedback too.
Yeah.
It really is just like we want to put one representative idea of everything that's going to be in the game that we see now in there, start getting that feedback, and then maybe we'll add more stuff based on your feedback.
Exactly. So to that note, January 13th, 2022, on Steam, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, Xbox One, the Epic Games Store, and the Microsoft Store will launch simultaneously across all platforms. We're also, no matter where your friends buy the game, you can play with them, because we're cross-play with everything. If you're on Epic, you can play with Xbox One. If you're on Xbox One, you can play with Xbox Series. If you're on Xbox Series, you can play with Steam and all permutations therein. You just put in a little code and you're in the game with your friends.
And we'll be in Game Pass. So that's another way you have access, and we'll be able to match into those Game Pass players. And that's one of the things when we talk about feedback, that's feedback we got by playing with you, the community, over this past year on our Discord channel. And that's helped us learn, like, we should have codes that you can just pass out, because it's way easier to do. We should also let you hide those codes in case you're streaming, so other people don't see them. Like, these are all things we've literally learned only because we've been playing with the community, and we want to just continue doing that.
Exactly. And in addition to Xbox Game Pass for Xbox, we're also on Xbox Game Pass for PC. So everybody's covered. So I think that's it. January 13th, 2022, the Anacrusis. You should go to Steam and wishlist us today. If you want to go to the #1 source for Anacrusis news on the internet, you should go to discord.gg/StrayBombay, where there's a wonderful community of folks who love co-op games. We play games every week with people from the community. We pull regular beta testers. When we get to stress testing, we'll pull people from the Discord testing group as well. And it's a good place you can talk to people who've played the game. We have, at this point, probably almost 100 people in there who've been playtesting the game for us off and on over the last 6 months. So I think that's it.
What time on the 13th, Will?
10 a.m. Pacific time.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the plan. Times may change. Your time zone may change.
Time zone change.
No, it's going to be the same? Okay, so it's 10 a.m. Pacific time.
10
Okay.
10 a.m.
So now we should probably cut the video and maybe show you some footage of what it actually looks like now versus what it looked like the last time you saw it. So
no, but nobody cares what we look like.
No,
they just care that it keeps updating. There's more stuff coming. There's more episodes we'll be showing.
Yep.
More everything.
More.